These caves are incredible. I don't even want to call them caves because it's called the Barabar Caves, but these things are not caves.
Have you ever wondered about the mysteries that history leaves behind? Those ancient places that defy our understanding? Within the hills of Bihar, India, there exists something so strange and awe-inspiring that it leaves even the experts scratching their heads. Known as the Barabar Caves, they're the oldest rock-cut chambers ever discovered, and they are unlike anything else on Earth. When you first set eyes on them, it's like staring at the gateway to another realm. The entrance isn't what you'd expect from a cave. It looks more like the portal to a long-lost civilization. Carved directly into a massive solid granite ridge, each chamber seems almost futuristic, polished, and precise. You start to wonder, was this the work of ancient hands or something beyond our understanding? And here's the biggest mystery. How on earth did people thousands of years ago manage to carve into solid granite with such precision? And for what purpose? Were they places of worship, centers for meditation, or something more? Enigmatic. Let's find out. About 25 miles from the sacred site of Bodh Gaya in Bihar stand some of the oldest rock-cut caves in existence, the Barabar Hill Caves. These caves are more than relics of stone. They are windows into a forgotten time and a culture rich with spiritual pursuit and architectural genius. Among the main chambers are 4 caves with names as ancient as the rock itself: Karan Chaupar, Lomas Rishi, Sudama, and Visvakarma, each carved with incredible precision from single blocks of granite. There's also a second set of caves, carved nearby in the Nagarjuni Hills, bearing inscriptions that reveal the names of the kings in whose reign they were created, some dating as far back as the 3rd century BCE. Commissioned by Emperor Ashoka, these caves were intended as sanctuaries for ascetics, members of the Ajivika sect, an ancient philosophy rooted in India during the 5th century BCE. The Ajivikas practiced intense self-denial, seeking to purify the mind and soul, a devotion that mirrors the stark, meditative design of these caves. Ashoka himself had adopted Buddhism after the brutal Kalinga War, and his patronage extended to the creation of these cave retreats, where monks and ascetics could pursue enlightenment away from the distractions of the world. Entering these caves, what immediately seizes you is the incredible polish and precision of their interiors. Every wall, every ceiling is so finely smoothed, it appears almost reflective, creating a mysterious and serene atmosphere that has endured for over 2,000 years. With no decoration in sight, only the purity of the stone remains, amplifying whispers and footsteps into a haunting echo. Lomas Rishi, the most famous of the Barabar Caves, is marked by its unique horseshoe-shaped entrance, reminiscent of later Buddhist architecture. Inside, the vaulted ceilings and stupa-like design capture even the softest sounds, reverberating with an otherworldly resonance that seems to transcend time. But how did ancient craftsmen manage to carve these intricate structures out of solid granite? The tools of their time, simple iron chisels and hammers, would hardly seem capable of such a feat. Scholars have speculated that the Mauryan builders may have used advanced methods, such as heating the stone with fire to soften it for carving. Some believe they had access to specialized techniques or tools, long lost to history, that allowed them to create these monolithic marvels with such precision. The methods remain a mystery, and with them, the allure of the Barabar Caves only deepens. The Barabar Caves raise questions that seem to have no simple answers. Why did Ashoka choose these specific hills to carve his legacy? Was it the sheer beauty of the place, its commanding presence in the landscape, or something deeper, something spiritual? These ancient stones don't merely mark an era or a purpose. They link us to a network of mysteries buried under centuries of history, some hiding in plain sight, others veiled in shadow. The Barabar Caves aren't an end, but a beginning, a doorway to a web of ancient secrets waiting to be unraveled. Let's pause on one mind-boggling detail: the sheer volume of stone that had to be moved to create these chambers. Every single one of these caves involved extracting hundreds of tons of solid granite, something almost unimaginable even today with the help of modern technology. Now picture doing this over 2,000 years ago with only rudimentary tools. The combined amount of stone removed from the Barabar in Nagarjuna Caves could rival the construction of a modern skyscraper. And these aren't rough-hewn hollows in the rock. They're precision-crafted spaces with walls polished to an unnatural smoothness, capable of reflecting sound in ways that seem almost deliberate. It forces us to wonder, were these spaces designed for something far more complex than silent meditation? And as we push the boundaries of traditional archaeology, some provocative theories come into focus. What if these caves weren't just spiritual retreats, but experimental sites for sound and resonance? In many ancient cultures, sound was seen as a potent force, a tool for healing, for altering consciousness, perhaps even for communication across realms. Could the Barabar Caves have been designed to channel certain frequencies, enhancing meditation, or maybe even unlocking hidden mental states? Some researchers believe that the cave's acoustic properties were intentional, crafted with an understanding of sound that feels far beyond its time, a kind of knowledge that may now be lost to history. Now, the Barabar Caves aren't just impressive by their own right. They seem to echo across continents and centuries, resonating with the mysteries of ancient sound technology. Compare them to the Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni in Malta, where low frequencies amplify within the subterranean halls, creating an atmosphere that feels alive with something beyond the visible. These two sites, separated by thousands of miles, share a mastery over sound that feels almost uncanny. Could it be that ancient civilizations understood sound in ways we've forgotten? Did they find ways to manipulate acoustics, not only for spiritual resonance, but perhaps for something deeper, something scientific, even transformative? And these aren't the only connections. Looking at other rock-carved wonders across the world, we find Petra in Jordan, a city carved from stone whose towering facades and intricate passageways speak of a civilization that understood stonework on a profound level. Both Petra and Barabar required an astonishing amount of labor, intricate planning, and craftsmanship that seems almost futuristic. Petra's grand facades and Barabar's polished interiors may have served different purposes, yet the technical precision and knowledge of stone seem to suggest that ancient cultures shared more than we give them credit for. Mainstream history might label these similarities as mere coincidence, but the evidence paints a different picture. Were these sites simply individual feats of genius, or could ancient cultures have been more connected, sharing wisdom across unimaginable distances? Then there's the question of location. Barabar isn't just a random set of caves in India. It's near Gaya, a place imbued with spiritual meaning. Just miles away is Bodh Gaya, where Buddha is believed to have achieved enlightenment, and the area is rich with caves, temples, and sacred sites. It makes you wonder, was there something unique about this land, an energy that drew not only spiritual seekers, but perhaps early scientists and thinkers as well? Moreover, some believe these weren't just spiritual retreats, but the remnants of something far more advanced, a hidden network of early technological sites. Could it be that the Barabar region, with its rich deposits of iron ore, was a hub for ancient metallurgical experiments? After all, ancient India was at the forefront of metallurgy, even discovering wood steel, the legendary alloy later known as Damascus steel. Perhaps these caves, with their unique acoustics, served as primitive laboratories where ancient metallurgists experimented with alloys, harnessing the cave's properties for purposes lost to time. But why would the Ajivikas, a reclusive religious sect known for their ascetic lifestyle, need such monumental spaces? This was a group that rejected materialism and worldly comforts, yet they commissioned massive, intricately crafted caves. Could the Barabar Caves have served a dual purpose, spiritual sanctuary and scientific site? Some historians suggest that these spaces may have brought together spiritual leaders and early scientists, creating a unique blend of meditation and innovation, where science and spirituality intersected in ways we're only beginning to understand. If we look further, we see that Barabar is not alone. The Udayagiri and Khandagiri caves in Odisha, carved around the same period, reveal similarly sophisticated designs. Although they served as retreats for Jain monks, the complexity of these caves, tiered halls, winding passageways, suggests there may have been more than just religious devotion at play. It's possible these sites were part of a larger network that stretched across ancient India, weaving together science and spirituality in ways that defy our modern distinctions. And this theory only grows when we look west to the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra, where we find structures on an epic scale. At Ellora, the Kailasa temple stands as one of the largest rock-cut monuments in the world, carved from a single piece of stone. While Barabar emphasizes acoustic precision, Ellora displays massive architectural ambition. These sites, emerging around the same time, hint at a unified tradition of rock-cut engineering across India, one that combines spirituality with an advanced understanding of geometry, engineering, and perhaps even metallurgy. Could these different sites, each with its unique features, have been connected in a grander, pan-Indian network of spiritual and scientific innovation? The evidence suggests that this ancient civilization was exploring realms of knowledge that stretch well beyond religion, tapping into a sophisticated wisdom that still leaves us in awe. That's all for today. Stick around for the next video showing up on your screen right now. And before you go, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for tuning in.